What up? It's me. Hello, Grand Rising, and welcome to the third episode of Rebirth Sundays, where I, Hank the Rebirth Coach, will be discussing things between self and spirituality and the importance of all that good shit. Um, Talk about spiritual awakenings last week. I hope you really enjoyed it. Um, so this is like a pre-recorded, so we'll see what happens at the end of the last video. I mentioned about a live, maybe doing it in about on the 27th of June, last Sunday of June, just to see how things go. I want to do a live basically to kind of get to know all of you who are watching my videos. Thank you so much for watching them. The love and support has been tremendous. I've actually tried doing YouTube before. You can see my other YouTube videos on my Rebirth coaching channel. That's usually the one I comment on, comments on my Mystical Illuminations Clear Sight videos that I do here on the Mystical Illuminations YouTube channel. It's very nice to be around such loving people. I've done it. I tried, like I said before, I tried it before. It just wasn't quite exactly what I was hoping for. I guess you could say. But like now it feels perfect. Like everything feels aligned. That's like the beauty of the universe. The way I look at it is I probably wasn't ready, which goes to oh, come on, I'm using my gimbal. If you watch my IG TV videos, this is what I use for it. It is Mr. Gimb here. He's great, but sometimes I'm too far. So let's see. Is that better? There you go. Thanks, Gimb. Anyway, today's video, as the title suggests, is the mind-body connection. The mind-body-spirit connection. At least that's what it should be. Mind-body-spirit connection. Anyway, basically what I'll be discussing is the importance of the mind-body-spirit connection. Importance. That's probably what the title is. I don't know. You know, shit happens. So, basically, what I want to talk about, and I'm gonna start it off with this quote from Soul Eater. If you haven't watched Soul Eater, go watch it. It's a great anime. It's one of the like last great anime of like the early 2000s, or mid early 2000s, like 2000, 2005 to 2010, right before things got kind of weird. I actually watched the dub. It's actually really good. The English is really good. Yeah, so the quote I have to say is it's from Maka. It is, "A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body." Now, we as human beings on this planet Earth, Gim, come back here. It gets a little crazy. I guess there's some spirits coming around hanging out with us. It's cool. You guys can chill. No problem, no issues. Hey, calm it down. The importance of the soul or spirit, mind, body, spirit connection is great. We as 3D individuals here on this planet, we are not this flesh and bones. Like these are just avatar bodies that house our thoughts and feelings and emotions, but our soul is basically what is surrounding us. I think I mentioned this before in the first video with the importance of self and spirituality. So we're talking a little bit more about it. We operate these vessels that we are inside through our auric fields. No, don't get that confused. Our soul is not inside. Our soul is everywhere. I think Soul Eater, once again, I guess I'm sticking on Soul Eater for today's video, but for a good example, they talk about the kind of like the oversoul of the body. In the anime a lot. They talk about Death's oversoul. I think that's probably one of the coolest things. If you get a chance to check it out. But Death's soul, when Maka tries using her like soul vision to see it, she couldn't see it. And she was like, "That's weird. He doesn't have a soul." At least that's what she assumed, because her soul was kind of small, or her and Soul Eater's souls were about the same size. And she was like, "What's going on? I can't believe it." And from there, hold on a second. From there, she saw in the previous episode when she learned soul vision from Dr. Stein, great character, love him. She learns how to do it, and his soul was like 3 or 4 times larger than hers. So she's like, what's going on? Like, why is his soul so much better? It's just because as you grow, as you go through trials and tribulations and all that good shit, you develop a stronger soul. That's one of the reasons why we're here on this planet Earth. Man, I guess I'm preaching today. But yeah, to develop a stronger soul, a stronger energetic signature, so we can become more powerful. Sometimes we come back, that's what reincarnation happens. We come back to grow that soul. Anyway, coming back, going on a tangent, kind of. When she sees, going back to the deaths, when she sees his soul and see how big it is, you never really see it, or he never sees it till the end of the episode, where like it zooms out and then his soul is engulfing the whole entire school. And that is one of the most important things about the mind, body, spirit connection of all three. The 3 in 1, basically. I have it actually on my arm. I will be adjusting this tattoo eventually, because I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Christian anymore. Not that I don't believe in Christian theology. I grew up Christian. So continuing on with the mind body spirit connection. If one thing is poor, say you have poor physical health. You don't exercise, you don't eat right, you smoking like 3 packs a day. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but if I am, like, sorry, it's spirit calling. It's the sun. The sun's calling through me, it's talking through me to talk to you, telling you, take it down, like by like half, or like a quarter, So 3 packs is maybe 2.5, or like take it easy smoking, Smoking's great, but it does damage your auric field. That is like a fact if you are smoking on a regular basis. I'm not trying to say don't smoke. I smoke. I'm proud of it. I'm taking a break. I've been taking a break. I'm doing like a little cleanse right now with my fiance. But these are the types of things you have to be aware of. If that is damaging your auric field, or if you're not eating correctly, come on, Gim, why you gotta do that? Or if you're not eating correctly, these things are going to harm your body. If you are not meditating on a regular basis, if you are, having like shitty thoughts, dark thoughts, the quote unquote gremlins, that's what we like to call in the life coaching industry, the negative thoughts in your mind, if those are things that are affecting you, everything else gets affected. Everything else. I had to repeat that. I'm going Ralph Smart here. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Woo! If you are allowing these things to disintegrate one or two of the things, guess what? Everything else is affected, because we are 3 in 1. Boom, 3 in 1. When that happens, the other two have to do double duty to catch up and pick up on everything. So let's say you have depression, not clinical depression. That's a whole other different situation, which I probably will never talk about necessarily. If you've been diagnosed with it, this is a whole different situation. But like, if say you have consistent depression, not necessarily clinical depression, every once in a while, and you are sad, guess what? Your spirit / soul, or your body has to double team to catch up with it, to try to help assist with it. It's the same thing as like you could say like standing, if you have a chair, a chair with 3 legs. That's right, 3 fucking legs. Already sounds like a problem, right? Well, that's kind of how it is. With 3, which is a power number, in numerology terms, that is a very, very powerful. If you have 3, it is, come on, Gim. Hey, come on. Come on. Sorry. Gim's he's a little testy right now. It's that Mercury in retrograde. If you have to, it's like a tripod, if one dips, here, I'll even describe it. If one goes like this, the other 2 have to support it. I just unlock my tripod and it's keeping up. But what happens if it keeps getting lower and lower and lower? This is the great example. Thank you, tripod. This is a great example on the how important it is to have all 3 in balance. Obviously, sometimes you can't always be that way, and that's totally okay. That is a common theme. Shit happens. Life is hard. That's just like the name of the game. So it's not about keeping in perfect balance all the time, because that's impossible, because no one's truly perfect except for the people who are dead. They're truly perfectly dead. But I'm sure there's plenty of other things I could describe after that. But when one is dipping, the other two have to support it. However, your body can't support your mental state consistently for long periods of time. If you are having negative thoughts, you can go to the gym as much as you want to kind of like help combat that, but at a certain point in time, your body's going to be tired. And now you have two things that are exhausted. And once those two things are exhausted, then your soul, who's like trying to push energy, your spirit, from grand consciousness, that the sun is just coming, trying to push energy into these things, but the body's exhausted, the mind's exhausted. Guess what the spirit's gonna do? The spirit's gonna be exhausted, and then you're gonna be a perfectly dead person. I'm not trying to wish the worst on you, but that is basically the important. That's how important it is to keep an eye on all three of these aspects of yourself. I think I can kind of. I'm just. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. I was gonna do like a sun, moon, and rising kind of situation, but I don't feel comfortable talking about that, and I don't want to lead anybody astray. But I mean, I guess we can kind of discuss this like very, very lightly. Your sun, moon, and rising, I think, are really, really important to like you as an individual. The whole chart, your whole natal chart, where your placements are, is very, very important. But those are like the three primary signs that people are instantly going to go look at when they are like trying to figure out like who you are and what you're about. Is your sun, moon, and rising. If say you're only paying attention to your sun, we can say that your sun could be like considered a body. Then your moon, your emotions, your we'll call that your spirit, and then your mind, your rising, are going to kind of like affect you, and if you ignore those, then you're not going to be able to get everything that you need in order to be your quote unquote whole self. And vice versa. If you're just focusing on your spirit, only doing meditation, only doing spirit, but you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're not working on strengthening your mind, which I mean, mind and spirit kind of tend to go together, or your soul, but be that as it may, then your body's going to become weak. And if your vessel cannot sustain itself, your mind will slowly, melt away, and then your spirit has no place to stay, and then it has to go find a new vessel. This is how important it is to have all three in perfect balance. I'll leave it with this. Once again, a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body. Let me know what you feel, how you feel about that quote. What it calls to you. Anything else that you'd like to discuss. If you have already discussed it, on the previous chat, because on last Rebirth Sundays, like I said before, I mentioned about maybe doing a live on the 27th. If you guys said yes, then I hope you guys are excited for next week. It's going to be really, really exciting. I haven't decided on the time yet, but I'm sure I'll be talking about it someplace like on the Mystical Illuminations IG, and my Twitter, and other social media platforms. I will be definitely discussing it. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching and all the love and support. Be sure to check me out in the description below. There should be a bunch of links to my ClearSight profile, where you can book a session with me, a 1 hour and 30-minute life coaching session, which is exclusive to ClearSight Consulting. You cannot get that on my website. You can check out my website to find out more information about my practice, what I'm about, and check out the other links for all my other social medias that I do. I do a butt ton of other things on social media, on Twitter, on TikTok, on IG, throughout the whole entire week. And then message me, you can message me on IG, message me on Twitter, hit me up in the DMs. I do have a fiance, so don't hit me up like that in the DMs. But, I would love to chat with you if you just want to talk and whatnot. The live is basically be, like I said before, previous video, I'm sure I'll talk about it, but I want to say it one more time. The live will be basically a live, life coaching session, kind of. I'm just going to be, taking in like certain people's requests. For very, very little money. I will have to charge through the super chat, just because I don't want to just be answering a bunch of questions for like 30-45 minutes. I really want to take my time with the people who are willing to put in the money for results. That's the importance, and that's why I charge the price that I price as well, if you had any questions about it. As a life coach, and as personal development, you have to put in energy in order to receive growth, and in order to learn and grow. Which is why, if you ask yourself, and I'll just do this real quick, if say, we have a life coaching session, or we do the quick 30-minute discovery call, which you can schedule. It's completely free, where we can discuss and see where you're at, where you'd like to be at, and then talk about price. And you ask me, hey, or you say to me, hey, that's kind of pricey, and I'm like, okay, that's completely understandable. And then I can ask you, what is your goal? Say your goal is to move out of your parents' basement. I'll ask you, how much is that worth to you? More often than not, it's going to be priceless. How much is it worth to you to get to your goals? Priceless. More often than not. That's the reason why I charge what I charge, because you have to put the money in, and that energy transfers into you to alchemize it to you getting to you whatever goals you're trying to get to, and for you to grow. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and come on, Gim, come on, no, Gim, hey, sorry. And may the flames of rebirth. Oh man, I messed that one up. It's okay. I'm not gonna cut this one. I'm just gonna go straight through it. There's the saying. It's basically the flames of rebirth are within you, and all it takes is a wonderful, amazing spark within. Take care, guys. See you next week.